Some people laugh at the worst possible moments, not because they don't care, but because they've seen things that changed how they feel. You've probably met someone like this, the one who stays calm in chaos, who finds humor in situations that frustrate everyone else. At first, it looks like they're not taking life seriously. But the truth is, they've already taken life more seriously than most people ever will. Because people who laugh easily in difficult situations usually didn't learn that behavior in comfort. They learned it in survival. When someone goes through repeated stress, their brain doesn't just break, it adapts. It becomes faster, more aware, more sensitive to emotional changes. What looks like overthinking from the outside is actually preparation on the inside. Imagine someone cuts them off in traffic. Most people react with anger, but someone who has lived through chaos, their mind goes somewhere else. Maybe that person is struggling. Maybe something went wrong in their life. It's not that they excuse bad behavior. It's that their perspective has changed. And here's something powerful. People who've been through a lot don't just become stronger. They become deeply empathetic. They notice what others miss. A slight change in tone, a forced smile, an uncomfortable silence. Because to them, silence isn't empty. It has weight. It has meaning. They don't just hear words. They feel the atmosphere. They walk into a room and instantly sense the emotional climate. While others see people, they feel tension, distance, or warmth. Psychologists call this post-traumatic growth. Some people don't just recover from hardship, they evolve. They begin to value small things more. Quiet moments feel deeper. Life feels more fragile and more meaningful. But there's another side to this. Their mind doesn't fully relax. It stays alert, always scanning, always preparing. Maybe they sit where they can see the door. Maybe they plan everything in advance. Maybe they think about outcomes others never consider. To some people, it looks like anxiety, but often it's experience. Another pattern? They minimize their own pain. It wasn't that bad. I'm fine. Not because it didn't hurt, but because they learned to keep going. In relationships, they become paradoxical. They'll show up for you at 3 a.m. without hesitation, but struggle to ask for help themselves. They crave connection, but also know how to survive without it. From the outside, it looks like strength, but inside, there's often a quiet loneliness. And then there's their humor, sometimes dark, sometimes unexpected, but it serves a purpose. It turns pain into something manageable. Every joke is a small act of control. They may control small things, routines, details, habits, but stay calm in big uncertainties, because they've already learned something most people haven't. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. And beneath all of this, there's something rarely talked about. Grief, not of people, but of who they used to be. The version that trusted easily. The version that felt safe without thinking twice. That version didn't disappear. It transformed. They didn't just survive. They became more aware, more thoughtful, more intentional. So if you ever meet someone who stays calm in chaos, just remember, that peace was earned the hard way.